The right-wingers defending Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty seem to have coalesced around one talking point, that what he said wasn't that bad, that it's just normal Christianity, it's a very traditional point of view. Okay, let's see if that talking point can hold up once you've seen what he said 3 years ago in this recently unearthed video.
Gross sexual immorality. They will dishonor their bodies with one another, degrade each other. Is that going on in the United States of America? Look around. God's not there. We have all the answers, and boy, is there some immorality going on around here. Therefore, because they did not think it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, he gave them over to shameful lusts. Women exchanged natural relations, women with women, men with men. They committed indecent acts with one another, and they received in themselves the due penalty for their perversions. They're full of murder, envy, strife, hatred. They are insolent, arrogant, God-haters. They are heartless. They are faithless. They are senseless. They are ruthless. They invent ways of doing evil. So what are you going to do, Pennsylvania? Just run with them? You're going to die.
That was great stuff. Now play legs.
Yeah. No, I think I saw that guy in a street corner in New York. Like, I love that he thinks that God's gonna like take him up to heaven and be like, "That's my boy."
Yeah.
Like that's the guy. He looks like a sweaty-toothed madman. He looks like a homeless lunatic who might shoot you.
Yeah.
Right.
See Bigfoot in the mountains.
Well,
Yeah.
Possibly.
I'm going to say this here, Phil Robertson, I'm going to make the call, gay. Phil Robertson, gay, likes the pee-pees, he likes the guy's anus. He's all into it, which is why he has to do this in public. There's no doubt in my mind he's fighting the gay.
No one is that disgusted by it and that scared of it. If you're straight, I'm straight.
No one.
I don't care whatsoever.
No one. When he says immorality in this country, I'm like, are you talking about the illegal wars where we kill hundreds of thousands of people, or how we're torturing people and keeping people? No, it's the penises are going places he doesn't think they should. That's what it is.
Except for at night, when he thinks they should go there.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I was drunk. Come on, I'm a good Christian. I just do it when I'm drunk.
and Jesus knows it doesn't count if you're drunk. No, my favorite part is that he hasn't said anything hateful though about gays.
No, not at all.
Like, they're just murderers. They're ruthless. They invent ways of doing evil.
And they will kill you.
Yeah, they're going to kill you. But I haven't said anything bad about gays, have I?
It's just constitutional right about his faith, and that's what Christianity is. That's what I've always understood. That's Dr. King's Christianity.
Yeah,
I know that.
right
yeah.
there. Yeah, he loves all humanity. That's what I got from that.
I mean, really, who listens to that sermon and goes, you know what? This guy is full of love.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Loves humanity. That's what I got out of this.
I was like,
Plus, he might kill me.
Is that Jesus or ZZ Top? Who was that?
The 35% at a bare minimum of the country totally agrees with him.
That's right.
Yeah, no doubt. But he always says that the disgusting sexual immorality. Can't there be tasteful sexual immorality? That's what I'm looking for. What about that? Isn't that, I would say,
Yeah.
Playboy does a lot of that. Yeah. Very tasteful sexual immorality.
I appreciated his Oral Roberts impression that he was doing there. It was so close from what I could tell, but I liked your point that the immorality that bothers him is not, that we let children, go hungry, or that, veterans come back and they become instantly homeless, a large percentage of them, or that, Social Security could eventually fall apart and, the elderly would go back to the condition they were in before the New Deal was passed, that sort of thing.
By the way, Billy F. Gibbons, just for the record, and the rest of the guys at ZZ Top, I don't know them. I know Billy F. Gibbons a little bit. They're just for the record, they're liberals.
Okay, good.
By the way, I mean, ZZ Top, I don't know if they're considered country. I don't think so. I think they're more rock, right? But old school country, they were all liberals. Yeah. Like, it's funny. It's ironic. Like, now we're country, conservative, Hank Williams Jr.
They were against the man.
Obama and stuff. No, Johnny Cash fucking hated the establishment. Mm-hmm. He was famous for giving the middle finger to the establishment. I mean, you listen to The Man in Black. I mean, that's the most liberal song I've ever heard, okay?
That's right.
And it's a badass song, too. That's what's cool about it. And all those guys, obviously, Willie Nelson, super liberal.
But wasn't Man in Black, wasn't that whole thing, his whole philosophy on life was I wear black because I'm representing the people, the downtrodden, the people who are shut out by society?
And the injustice. And so when there's justice, I'll wear other colors.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's
That's
like
liberal.
Yeah, he's like the Chris Hayes, but in black. Okay. Instead of all gray, all black.
Yeah, I got you.
So understand that the reason that we were playing this tape is not because we have any personal grudge with Phil Robertson, or that I personally think that, again, it should be up to A&E, regardless of what he said 3 years ago or a week ago, if they want to keep him. I think that he has his First Amendment rights. I don't think that they have anything to do with his continuing employment. I think it's interesting that all the media figures that have been on the right defending him and saying, you know, how dare you fire him over this, in their contracts almost assuredly have clauses that say that if they say something that hurts Fox News, they can be fired from Fox News. And yet they act as if A&E is weird to have it. But the reason that I wanted to talk about this some more is that the problem I have with Duck Dynasty is that it portrays an entirely false image of what these traditional families are like in the South. Like he said in his interview in GQ that they cut out controversial things that he said in the past. And we know now that he said this stuff in sermons before the show even aired, 2 years before it aired. And yet they portray the South and these traditional Christian families as being, you know, yeah, okay, maybe they're kind of old-fashioned, but they're perfectly fine, they're charming. Well, no, some of them are filled up with absolute hatred for very large portions of the population. And A&E did a disservice to the country by sanitizing that and pretending as if that sort of old-fashioned Christianity is not harmful, when Phil Robertson shows that no, it is incredibly insidious and it does need to be shown.